Hello everyone, welcome to RAM Mount's product training. In this session we're going to be talking about new products that were launched and made available in 2021. This is going to cover a lot of information, so it's going to be a very fast-paced video, but because this is pre-recorded, you can always go back, hit pause, take any extra notes that you need. All the part numbers are going to be displayed in this session, so you can look up any of these items on rammount.com as well. If you have any questions, please take necessary notes and ask your department head or account manager for any extra information on any products that you see in this presentation. So we've launched and made available a total of 330 new products for the year, both ranging from consumer to business solutions. Within the consumer solutions, we have new kits that were created through the Mount Builder. We have new bicycle mounts, as well as tablet motorcycle mounting solutions. There's a new line of wheelchair mounts and a couple new product lines, including the RAM Adaptapost and some new RAM Quick Grip kits. We have some new kits and holders that were made for iPhone 12 and 13 series, as well as the Apple Magsafe, and also form-fit solutions for the Spot Gen 4. Among the business solutions, we have form-fit and powered solutions for the top B2B brands, including Honeywell, Kyocera, Samsung, and Zebra, and also a couple of new forklift mounts that were created to complement these new brand docking stations. We also have the launch of the new RAM Tough Case series, some new desktop docks both for RAM and for GDS, and other new GDS Tech products and other miscellaneous products that we'll have towards the end of this session. So jumping right in, looking at the Mount Builder kits. So on rammount.com, there's a red button that says Build a Mount, and that lets you select any device in any vehicle. And many of those solutions that are picked out are component-based, so there's a base, an arm, and a holder. And so these kits are based on the most popular and most commonly selected components that are kitted together. And by having these kits, we can offer them in other places outside of the Mount Builder. These kits consist of various ATV and UTV mounts, as well as aircraft and vehicle and truck mounts. For a vehicle, we have dashboard and floor options. For aircraft, there's the yoke clamp and the suction cup windshield options. These are all based on tablet solutions. And so we have a couple of form-fit Apple iPad holders, as well as universal RAM tab tight and tab lock solutions for tablets with or without a case. For bicycle mounts, we have a new product line launched called the RAM Tough Strap. Now the RAM Tough Strap is the lowest profile X-Grip mount on the market. So you can either get this as one of the X-Grip options, whether it's the large UN10 holder or the smaller UN7 holder. As you can see, the image on the far left shows the UN7 kit on there, as well as the in-use image on the right. So you can get an idea of just how low profile you can get the phone positioned on the handlebar. Or you can get this with the ball option using the B-size 1-inch ball. So the ball is available by itself, and a couple of kits were created to include the RAM Quick Grip holder, which is a spring-loaded universal phone holder. And also with the ball version, you can connect your action camera, including GoPro. So when the RAM Tough Strap was created, it involved a newer design of the X-Grip housing. And so the X-Grip housing has a little bit of a lower profile design, and that allowed us to create a couple other bicycle mount options and other handlebar mount options. So in addition to the Tough Strap, there are a couple new versions of the RAM Tough Claw and the original RAM Easy On-Off mount, but now this is no longer an Easy On-Off, so it's simply a low-profile zip tie solution. So the two different sizes of RAM X-Grip phone holders paired with the smaller RAM Tough Claw for the lowest profile Tough Claw option, and then the lowest profile zip tie mount option with those two images on the right. The Tough Claw option is the part numbers with the 400 in it, and the RAP-460Z are the bicycle mount zip tie options. Looking at what's new with motorcycle solutions, we have the first of what's potentially many tablet motorcycle mounting options. So the first two that we have launched and started off with this year are the short arm RAM C-size Tough Claw mount with the RAM X-Grip small tablet holder. And so this can position your tablet in portrait or in landscape mode. And then you also have the generic U-bolt mounting system. This is with the short arm, also in the C-size 1.5-inch ball. For any tablet mounting going onto a motorcycle, we do recommend the C-size 1.5-inch ball. But the round plate on that U-bolt option will allow you to connect to any other tablet holders, whether it's a form fit or potentially a RAM tab tight or tab lock. And in 2021, we launched a new line of wheelchair mounts, and this involved a product line that existed in our system for some time. It's called the RAM Adaptapost. But the Adaptapost is used horizontally underneath the armrest track system to offer a quick release and also a swivel feature. And so by using the post and spline system with other ball and socket components and adapting it to a track system, whether it's directly underneath the armrest or on the side of the seat track system, you can have any extension come up and properly support your phone or tablet, cup holder, any other device. And whether it's mounted underneath the armrest or on the side of the seat track, you still have the option to swivel one way or another or to quickly disconnect the entire system. So with these components, you can build out any custom solution where you can swap out between your phone mount and tablet mount, all from a single mounting point. So the AdaptPost used with the wheelchair mounts in the previous slide has been around for quite some time, but what we're looking at here now is a new version of the RAM AdaptPost that we call the RAM Universal AdaptPost. Now what makes it different is that it can support other third-party brands outside of RAM, and so it truly is universal in that sense. And then you have a range of different mounting options with the new Universal AdaptPost design. That includes a track base, Hobie H-rail connection, and a couple of drill down options, whether it's a 4-hole or 2-hole, and also a dual T-bolt option, as well as bulkhead drill down base. And a couple of rod holder kits have been created using the RAM Tube Junior kits, and these were paired with the proper RAM AdaptPost bases. Here we have the RAM Quick Grip XL paired with a couple of different components, arms and bases, mainly suction cup bases here. The Quick Grip XL was launched a couple of years ago, but not a wide variety of kits were created yet, and so we're slowly building out more of these kits. And so starting off for last year, we have a couple of suction cup mounts. The one on the left is with the standard length double socket arm or the medium arm, and then the one on the right is the longer double socket arm, all in B-size components. And here we have a range of form-fit holders to support the latest iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 series. For the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, we have the holder that's on the far right. That's what we call our AP33 holder. The AP34 will support the iPhone 12 mini and iPhone 13 mini. And then the AP35U will support the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max. And then there was also another version of that AP35 that's offered with the ball connected on the back. That's the AP35BU. There is currently no form-fit holder for the iPhone 13 or 13 Pro. Next, we're looking at solutions for the Apple Magsafe. What we've developed here is a form-fit housing that supports the Apple Magsafe that then adapts to the RAM B-size 1-inch ball. So essentially, you can connect the Apple Magsafe to any RAM B-size ball and socket mounting components. We built out a few popular kits based on these. We have a suction cup windshield mount. That's what's shown on the left image, as well as the in-use image on the right. There's also a 2-hole drill down mount option, as well as a couple of different flex adhesive mounting options, and also a cup holder mount. One thing that's very important to keep in mind with this is the fact that the only thing that's actually holding the phone in place is the Apple Magsafe, and so it's only as reliable as the strength of the magnets used in the Apple Magsafe. And so with that in mind, we do only recommend using this adapter in any calm or closed cockpit environments. Just in the unlikely event that you hit a bump on the road and it can cause the phone to disconnect, we want to make sure it's in a safe environment if that were to ever occur. But otherwise, this will essentially work in pretty much any consumer vehicle environments. In 2022, we will be coming out with a brand new version of the Apple Magsafe holder that's for much more rugged environments, so stay tuned on that one. Here we have a new RAM Easy Roller cradle for the Spot Gen 4. So just like any other RAM Easy Roller, it has an independent roller at the top that allows you to roll the device into the holder, and so it helps protect the device and makes it easy to insert and to remove. There are a few main kits that were built out with the Spot Gen 4, which include the RAM Tough Claw handlebar mount, as well as a U-bolt handlebar mount option. There's also a RAM Universal belt and backpack clip mount option, which is great for any hiking applications, and then also a double ball drill down mount. And if you'll notice on the bottom right corner, there is a version of the RAM drill down mount for the Spot X. The Spot X was a device that we developed a form-fit cradle for in the previous years, but this year we launched this new drill down mount for that one. So now we're getting into the business solutions here, and starting off we have the Honeywell CT50, CT60, and CT60 XP. So for these devices, we have this range of form-fit power docking stations. These are available in non-locking or with a key lock or with a combination lock. but it's essentially the exact same housing between these three, where it's a nice spring-loaded, heavy-duty docking station. The back of these docks integrate a 2-hole amps hole pattern, so it will connect to any RAM diamond ball plates, whether it's a B size, or for heavy-duty environments, we would recommend a C size, such as forklift or material handling applications. Next, we're looking at Kyocera, where we've made a form-fit docking station for the Kyocera DuraForce Ultra 5G. The docking station for this is available in multiple variations, whether you're looking for powered or non-powered, or locking or non-locking. So you essentially have 4 different docks with these different combinations of variations. And then there's one kit that was made, and that's what you see in the bottom right corner. It's a suction cup mount with the powered non-locking version for the Kyocera DuraForce Ultra 5G. And then in addition to the form-fit dock, we have also developed a RAM 6-port charging dock, so you can charge and connect up to 6 of these devices all at once and charge them simultaneously. Next, getting into some of our Samsung solutions. Most of our Samsung docks for the Tab Active Pro were launched in the previous years, but this year we have launched a couple of new variations. What we're looking at here specifically is for the Tab Active Pro, where these docks will support up to 2 USB Type-A peripherals, whether it's a keyboard, printer, scanner, USB thumb drive, or even a speaker. You can connect any combination of these peripherals to the cable that's coming out of the right side of these docks. So by simply connecting up the 2 USB Type-A peripherals, you can simultaneously connect everything all at once the moment you connect the device to the RAM power docking station. And these docks are available with the combination lock or with the key lock option, and they will support the Samsung Tab Active Pro either with the factory OEM case or with the RAM skin, which you can see in these images. Next, for the Samsung Tab Active 3, we've launched and made available many more docking solutions and products for this device in addition to what was launched in the previous year. So starting from the left, we have a powered dock that's bundled with a CLA charger. And then next we have a powered dock that also connects to a RAM speaker that's all connected on one single bracket. So everything is connected all together off of one single mounting point. And then we have also launched and made available a new RAM tab tight and tab lock holder by simply creating new form-fit cups. And these will support the Tab Active 3 with the factory OEM case. And one key thing to notice here, in fact, I'll hover over this, is that the Tab Active 3 has a new feature called no battery mode, where essentially you can have power connected to the device without there being a battery even installed in the tablet. And so by doing this, we were intentional about designing the bottom cup on here so that if you were to remove the tablet, you're not required to disconnect. So many of the other Tab Tight cups have kind of a rib on here so that if you were to lift this out, the cable would interfere with that rib. And so we designed this in a way where you can lift and remove the tablet out of the holder while keeping everything connected, which also means you can keep the no battery mode enabled on the tablet while interacting with the RAM tab tight or tab lock. And then you'll notice here we do offer the top and bottom cups as their own standalone accessory that can be assembled and paired as a modular accessory to any RAM tab tight or RAM tab lock holder. And here we have some more Samsung Tab Active 3 solutions. Starting with the left column here, we have some more locking power docking stations. These are available in combination lock or key lock options. And these are available with power or power plus data. And that data is referring to this cable right here. This is a USB Type A female connector that will adapt to any third-party peripherals, such as a keyboard, printer, or scanner, or other third-party accessories. Just like the other docks that we have in our system, the moment you put the tablet inside of the dock, you're immediately connected to power and your other peripherals for the ultimate ecosystem. And then center column here, we have same concept, form factor, but it is for the OtterBox Universe case. So OtterBox Universe for the Tab Active 3 will work with this docking station. Again, available as a power only or power plus single peripheral data, or with the dual USB data coming off of the side here. One other unique thing about these holders is the fact that the OtterBox Universe system allows for modular components to connect using the back slot system that's part of their design. So we designed our docking station to have that same slot that's integrated in the back, and that's what this little block is right here. It's an example of an accessory that you can actually clip to the back of the dock when you're not using it, because depending on the accessory that's used, it might not be able to be connected to the tablet while it's inserted in the RAM docking station. And so to keep everything together and to keep parts from being disconnected and stowed away loosely, You can have the accessory clipped to the back of the dock when you're not using it. And in this final column here, we have docks with a built-in speaker. So you'll notice the bottom of this docking station is a little bit larger, and that's because there are actually two high-power speakers that are built into this dock. And so this is also available in a power only or power plus single data or power plus dual USB data, and that's this cable right here. But the power only is also, instead of using a micro USB cable coming out of the side, this is a direct SAE connector for a direct hardwire charge option. So next we're getting into all of the Zebra solutions that we have launched and made available in 2021. This is for various Zebra ET5X, 8.3, and 8.4 devices here. So it's one main dock body with many different variations, whether it's locking or non-locking, powered or non-powered, or if it's power only or with a single or dual USB data accessory on here. And so that's what all of those different variations are. You'll see in this chart all these different part numbers. Anything pertaining to the ET5X 8.3 or 8.4 is referring to what you see as the ZE10 in this long list of parts here. ZE10 is the naming convention for this device. And then there's a CLU, a KLU, a PCLU, and you'll notice in this chart we have references to the lock type, whether it's non-locking or locking, or if it's combination lock or key lock. And then you'll see that there's a power type, whether it's non-powered, power only, or the peripheral options. These docks do have an accessory bracket here, so there are open ports on the side of the tablet right here. So with a 2-hole amps hole pattern, you can either connect a third-party accessory, such as a mini scanner or even a phone, or you have many slots here for cable retention if you do have multiple cables going in here. It's to really just protect the connection and allow access to third-party accessories, all coming off of a single docking station. You'll notice on the bottom image right here, there are multiple hole patterns integrated into this dock. There is the 4-hole amps hole pattern, and then also a 75 by 75 VESA hole pattern. And if you look on this bottom image right here, you'll notice that there is this open housing that's integrated inside of the dock. And that's to allow for any of the common accessories that are used with the Zebra tablet. So this is to support the Zebra tablet with the rugged frame, but it will also support accessories like a hand strap or even the power pack battery extension. So other third-party extensions and accessories that are added to the tablet will work while docked inside of the RAM power docking system. Now here we're looking at the Zebra ET5X 10.1 series. Now this is essentially the exact same as the previous slide for the solutions that we were offering for the 8.3 and 8.4. The only real difference you're going to see here are the part numbers contain a ZE11 instead of ZE10, and that's simply to indicate the larger dock size to accommodate the 10.1 inch, but all of these docks have the same functions and features in terms of the lock type. You can have non-locking or combination lock or key lock. Or for power type, you can have non-powered, power only, or your single peripheral or dual USB peripheral options. The design is the exact same, simply just a larger body style to support the 10.1 inch. Another variation of these ZE10 and ZE11 docks is what we call a DB9 extension right here. So these part numbers have DB9 at the end. And that's in reference to the cable that you see right here, where instead of the single or dual USB peripheral options that we've seen on all these other docks, this one has, for the first time, a USB Type A male port for single peripheral, but then also a DB9 male connector for certain accessories such as a scale, printer, or other software that can communicate to the Zebra tablet via a DB9 connection. Moving on to some other Zebra solutions, we have a range of power docks that were made available for Zebra handheld PCs. So starting from left to right, we have the Zebra TC21 and TC26, where this form-fit dock that we refer to as the ZE14. This is a spring-loaded power dock with a USB Type A male connector that powers the device. Nice form factor that will support those devices. And then for the Zebra EC50 and EC55, we have this little bit larger of a form-fit spring-loaded docking system. The reason why this one is larger is because it will support the EC50 and EC55 with or without the Zebra accessories, such as the Zebra rugged boot, or with the hand strap or extended battery pack. Again, this one powers via a USB Type A male connector that connects to the dock. And then for these other devices here, we've launched in the previous years, but we simply came out with non-powered form fit holders. That's what the NP is referring to in these ones. So for this ZE6 holder, this will support the Zebra TC51, 52, 56, and 57. And then the ZE7 down here will support the Zebra TC70, 72, 75, and 77. Essentially, these are simply spring-loaded, non-powered form fit holders for these devices. And in 2020, we launched a version of the RAM Quick Draw to support the Zebra TC8000 and 8300. But at the beginning of 2021, we launched a few bundles that paired the spring-loaded RAM Quick Draw holder with some RAM C-size double ball and socket mounts. So on the left, we have a double U-bolt mounting system. And then in the middle, we have a square post clamp that's intended for mounting onto forklifts. And then we have the RAM Tough Claw, again in the C-size 1.5-inch ball. All heavy-duty extreme mounting applications for supporting the Zebra TC8000 or 8300 in virtually any environment. So for any of the rugged tablet PCs that we've made these form-fit docks for, we've also come out with a couple of new RAM D-size forklift mounts. So these are existing components that have been in our system for many years, but we've essentially made it a little bit easier to pair these new power docking stations with the proper D-size mount, because these are really large devices that can be used with accessory brackets and can support keyboards. We want to make sure we're properly recommending the correct D-size mounting applications to accommodate the full force and anticipated weight load that these mounts are going to be supporting. And so we have, with the short arm here, the RAM D-size double ball mount with the square post clamp. This will accommodate up to a 4-inch square post for virtually any forklift, and then has the amps plate at the end here. So this is the 4-hole amps hole pattern to connect to any RAM holders or docking stations. And in the middle, we have the same kit, but instead has the 75 by 75 Visa plate for some of these other docks as well. And then all of these mounts also has a new version of the clamp base itself. And so this is the steel reinforced post. So the post that's implemented in the base on here has a steel bolt that's reinforcing the post in the mount that makes it even more heavy duty. Will make it fully rugged for supporting any of these new tablet PC docking stations. So in 2020, there was the launch of the RAM Tough Case, and in 2021, we have expanded the RAM Tough Case to support a few more devices that will work in some of the same holders, but also a couple of new holders for supporting the RAM Tough Case as well. So the actual Tough Case, just a quick summary, it's a form factor casing that goes around the tablet. It's kind of like an IntelliSkin, but it has a cable coming out. It's meant to be semi-permanently tethered to a vehicle that's ideal for transportation. And so we've launched these for the Samsung Tab Active 3, as well as the Tab A 10.1, Tab A7 10.4, and Tab S6 Lite 10.4. And then there's another version that will accommodate the Samsung Tab Active Pro. And then a few other versions here to support the Samsung Tab A 8.0 2019. There's also the 2018 and also the Samsung Tab A 8.4. All of these have become available in 2021. Most of these have a heavy-duty coiled cable with an oversized strain relief that will adapt to a USB Type-A male connector. The SAM29CU that we're looking at here for the Samsung Tab Active 3 has a USB Type-C connection for power delivery. So any of the RAM Tough Cases for the 8-inch tablets, such as the Tab A 8.0 or even the Tab Active 3, those will all work with the same form-fit RAM Easy Roller cradle that was created in the previous year. But for the new Samsung Tab Active Pro and the larger units, such as the Tab A 10.1, those larger Tough Cases will work on this new holder that was created. That's the SAM54 that you see right here, with fan and without fan. And then there was one version of a complete kit, a complete transportation bundle that consists of the RAM C-size double ball mount with the backing plate on the back here that comes with the form-fit holder and the proper RAM Tough Case. Next, we're looking at some RAM 6-port desktop docking stations that were made available in 2021. We saw one much earlier when we were looking at the Kyocera DuraForce Ultra 5G, but we have a few more here that we have launched for Samsung devices. So starting on the left, we have the Samsung Xcover 5, and then we have the Xcover Field Pro, and then on the bottom we have A dock that will support both the Samsung Tab Active 2, Tab Active 3, and also the Samsung Tab Active Pro. The way these work is that there are inserts that you can put inside of the dock that will allow you to basically create a form factor port for the smaller tablet if needed. So it can be 6 of the larger ones, or you can mix and match. You could designate a port for a specific device by installing those inserts. And so all of these docks have LED light indicators that will indicate the charging status of the device. And they will all charge simultaneously and using a single power plug outlet that comes out of the back. And these 6-port docks are available in 2 versions. One is for the devices with the factory OEM case or with the RAM skin. The RAM skin is shown in these images. Or the one on the far right here is to accommodate the Tab Active 2, Tab Active 3, or Tab Active Pro with the OtterBox Universe case. So slightly different design to accommodate the OtterBox Universe. So on the topic of desktop docks, from here we will transition to GDS technology. So looking at some GDS Desktop and 6-port docks that were launched and made available in 2021. First one we'll look at here is the GDS 6-port charging module for IntelliSkin phones in cabinets. And that's exactly what you see in this in-use photo right here. So this is an example of a server cabinet that will support multiple modules. So you have 2 of these charging modules installed in the cabinet. So you can get an idea of all the different phones that you can charge simultaneously. So if you have your phones that are stowed away at the beginning or end of your shift, you can keep everything charged and connected. And so everything is powered up for the next shift. And then there's a new version of the RAM 6-port desktop dock, and this one will support power delivery. So that's what that PD is in the part number here. So 6G1PD. So this is a 6-port dock that will support any IntelliSkin Next Gen that requires power delivery. And then a few more versions of the single desktop docks for GDS. We have the desktop dock that has a USB Type-C to Type-C connector here. So it's very important for devices that require power delivery to use a dock like this where there is a Type-C on both sides of this. For any versions of the GDS desktop dock that have a USB Type-A port, those will not supply power delivery, and so therefore they will not work on any devices that require power delivery. And so this was the purpose for this one here. Anytime you see a dock with an ND in the part number, that indicates no decal. So you'll see the one on the far right has a decal right here, but these 2 do not have a decal. That means ND. The reason for that is the original versions of these desktop docks were to accommodate the original IntelliSkins, but since we have had the next gen IntelliSkin is a little bit thicker, and so in order to accommodate the added thickness of IntelliSkin Next Gen, these desktop docks were offered in a version without the decal, where the thickness of the decal was causing alignment issues of the pogo pins with the docking contacts of the IntelliSkin Next Gen. So we have the no decal versions of these, which means they will support IntelliSkin Next Gen. And then there's a version of the exact same dock. It's the same dock as what you see on the left here, except there is simply no cable. And the purpose of that is that it can be used with Samsung DeX. Depending on the type of DeX connection, some variations will either require or will not require the cable. And so we simply have a version of this dock that has no cable. And that is a USB Type-C port on the back. And then lastly, the newest GDS dock that was launched and made available in 2021 is what we call the D7. So there's a D7AU and a D7U. The D7AU is what we see in this picture here, where this is a power delivery dock. It has a slightly new design. It's a little bit bigger than the originals, but this one will allow you to connect an IntelliSkin Next Gen without having to remove the decal. And so that's part of this new design, is that it will support all versions of IntelliSkin, whether it's the original or if it's the IntelliSkin Next Gen. And by having the decal on there, it's a true one-size-fits-all in terms of that fitment. And then the D7AU comes with an extra USB Type-A peripheral port on the side. So this is a great solution for connecting a keyboard, a mouse, any third-party accessories that you can have at a workstation or a desk application. The moment you connect your tablet onto the dock, you're immediately connected to your third-party peripheral. And one other big difference with this is that there is no port on the back of this. This simply breaks out to a pigtail connection. And so this is truly a hard connection of the cable connected to the dock. And then you have a male USB Type-C connector at the end. So now for the next several slides here, this is where we really get into the bulk of many of the SKUs that were launched in 2021 is simply all these different combinations of GDS Tough Dock and GDS Cool Docks for the newest devices that have come out. So for this first one, we have the Apple iPad Air 4 and Apple iPad Pro 11-inch first, second, and third gen. So we have the IntelliSkin Next Gen here. That's the AP32-NG. And also for the first time in 2021, we have our first IntelliSkins with the LED light built into it. So this is a very exciting new feature that's part of IntelliSkin Next Gen that we're doing on certain devices. So by simply pressing on the button that's on the front of the device, you can activate a very powerful flashlight, an LED flashlight that's built into the IntelliSkin. And then you have all these different variations of GDS Tough Dock and GDS Cool Dock. And these are all variations with different features, including the lock type. So it can either be non-locking or locking, or for the power type, you can do power only, power plus data sync. And that data sync is referring to a powerful USB Type-C connection. So if you have this connected to, say, a computer source instead of a wall outlet, you can sync data while charging. Or there's a single USB Type A peripheral port option. That's the power plus single USB or the power plus dual USB. And so all these different combinations, and also with or without the fan. And the fan is what makes these GDS Cool Dock, is the implemented fan that's shown right here inside of the dock. And one quick reminder with GDS Tough Dock and GDS Cool Dock is that you have this little back cavity that's built into the body portion of all of these docking stations, and that allows you to connect your ergonomic accessories, such as the GDS handstand and GDS shoulder strap. So any accessories you have connected to your IntelliSkin, you can keep them connected while docking in the GDS Tough Dock. Next, we're looking at IntelliSkin Next Gen for the Samsung Tab Active 3. So revisiting this device, but looking at the GDS solutions, we have developed and launched an IntelliSkin Next Gen for this one. As you can see, you also have connector points for supporting the S Pen, so you have that connected. And then you have a full range of all the different types of GDS Tough Dock and GDS Cool Dock, again with the locking or non-locking, USB Type-C, or with even micro USB for some applications. And then your power only, or you can choose your power plus data sync or peripheral options. And you can also choose between with fan or without a fan. And next for the Samsung Galaxy Tab Active Pro, we have the same line of GDS Tough Docks and GDS Cool Docks, exact same types of dock variations. These ones do not currently have the peripheral options. They are simply the power or the power plus data sync, and then options between USB Type-C and micro USB. And then for some additional Samsung 10-inch tablets, we have launched the IntelliSkin Next Gen for the Samsung Tab A 10.1 and also the Tab A 10.5. You can see the SMT codes there. And then we have launched the necessary set of GDS Tough Docks and GDS Cool Docks. For those ones, those are the also power only series for those devices. And then continuing for the 8-inch Samsung tablets, we have one additional GDS Tough Dock for the Samsung Tab A 8.0 2019, and this one comes with the single USB peripheral option. And then for the Samsung Tab A 8.4, we have a set of new GDS Tough Docks and Cool Docks, both locking and non-locking, with or without fan, and then the power, and then there's one version that has the single peripheral option. Next, for the Samsung Tab A7 10.4, we've developed two new IntelliSkin Next Gen devices. One is for the Next Gen itself, and then also a version of the IntelliSkin Next Gen with the built-in LED light, just like what we saw with the iPad Air 4 before. That's the NG-LED. Whenever you see an NG-LED, that LED indicates that it comes with the extra internal flashlight that's built into the IntelliSkin. And then for these ones, we have a set of micro USB docks that will support this device, as this tablet does not support power delivery. Next, looking at the Samsung Tab S7 11-inch, we have a new IntelliSkin Next Gen. That's the SAM76 series that we're looking at right here. So you'll see all these docks with SAM76 in the part number. And these are all USB Type-C docks that either offer power plus data sync or power only, but they will all support power delivery. They are available with or without the locking function, and also with or without the fan. And then we have the exact same solutions for the Tab S7 Plus 12.4-inch and also the S7 Fan Edition. That's the S7 FE. And this is the SAM78 series. So the S7 11-inch was SAM76. These ones are SAM78. So the IntelliSkin Next Gen is Skin-SAM78-NG. And then all of the Tough Dock and Cool Dock variations are the Dock-SAM78 CU, CPU, and then there's Dock LF indicating if you want locking, with fan, without fan, or there's power only or power plus data sync. All of these docks do support power delivery, which this device does support. Next, we have the Samsung Tab A7 Lite 8.7-inch. And then we have similar dock variation options and the IntelliSkin Next Gen. This is the SAM80 series. So Skin-SAM80-NG. And then you have micro USB or USB Type-C dock options, and then also a couple of peripheral options. That's any dock that you see with a CDU or a CD2U. So CDU indicates that it has the single USB Type-A peripheral coming out of the side. CD2U indicates it has two USB Type-A peripherals. Finally, looking at a few more IntelliSkin and IntelliSkin Next Gen products here, we have an IntelliSkin Next Gen for the Samsung Tab E 8.0. So this is a little bit of a legacy tablet, but we do have a Next Gen IntelliSkin for this. And this IntelliSkin Next Gen will work with any of the original vehicle dock systems that will support IntelliSkin Next Gen. So this one currently does not have any GDS Tough Dock or Cool Dock options. And then for phone solutions, we have IntelliSkin for Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, and then also for the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G. FE is for Fan Edition. So these IntelliSkins they will support phones, but they have these little connector points, so you could connect a shoulder strap to these if desired. Next, we're looking at a couple of new universal vehicle dock options that will support the IntelliSkin Next Gen. So these are universal options that go beyond the standard GDS Tough Dock and GDS Cool Dock, and this is adopting the style and design of the RAM tab lock system. So same RAM tab lock design with the independent docking top cup at the top with the precision marker that will align with any IntelliSkin Next Gen. And then this has a new type of USB Type-C power source on here that's more efficient in its power source and has a better price point. And then there's a version of the stock that has a special cutout for better accommodating the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 8.4 and the Tab A 8.0 2019. So in addition to the GDS Tough Dock and Cool Dock products that have been launched for 2021, we have also expanded on the modularity of the GDS Tough Dock and Cool Dock design, just because there are so many different variations of the Tough Dock and Cool Dock that can be offered. Instead of bombarding our product listings with every possible variation, we're starting off with the most commonly selected variations and the most typical ones, but then also want the ability for users to build their own. So for any of these docks, we do offer the dock body by themselves, and then we offer the ability to select the power source, whether it's a power only, or they can select the single or dual peripheral options. And then also the non-locking or locking options can be added to the top. So really someone can build and create their own modular version of the GDS Tough Dock to best accommodate their tablet. And as you can see here, this is the dock body itself. So this has been compiled into a single list. So following the same logic as before, you have your SAM78, SAM76. The SAM number indicates which device it will support. And so you can take any of these dock bodies and then pair them with the proper charging dock at the bottom, and then using the proper locking or non-locking top portion. It is important to take into account the charging requirements, and so the dock options are available that range from micro USB to USB Type-C. So it is important to note the charging requirements and if the device requires power delivery. So here's a great new addition to GDS technology that was first available in 2021, and that is GDS and IntelliSkin products for handheld PCs. This is the first product that's been made for handheld PCs to support IntelliSkin and GDS Tech, and that is going to be for the Zebra EC50 and EC55. And this is considered an IntelliSkin Next Gen. It has the rugged overmold design, and we now have a special vehicle dock that will support handheld PCs. We currently list this one to be specifically for this device, but that's only because this is the first handheld PC of its kind. But the idea is to create future handheld PC and IntelliScan next-gen products that will all work in the same universal vehicle dock. And this has a USB Type-C connector coming out of the cable here. But you could also pair these with some hardwire chargers. As you can see, one of the great things with GDS technology and the entire GDS ecosystem is that you can connect multiple peripherals, and you can achieve this with the handheld PC connection as well. So here we have a few random GDS accessories that were launched and made available in 2021 also. We have the cap itself. So this little cap comes with every IntelliScan Next Gen. It's essentially a way of covering and blocking the external USB Type-C port that's integrated into the IntelliScan Next Gen. So it's a way of protecting that port when it's not being used, or when it is being used but you want to stow away the cap, you can put it in the extra hole that's on the side there, so you're not going to lose the cap. But this is a new SKU that launched on rammount.com that's essentially a replacement 10-pack of those caps. And in addition, there is a new version of the GDS SnapCon that integrates a power delivery option. So this is a USB Type-C port that's plugging in here, but the new version of this essentially has a USB Type-C to Type-C. And as we had mentioned before, the Type-C to Type-C is essential for any devices that do require power delivery. And expanding a little more on the Type-C cable options here, we do have a 1 meter long USB Type-C to Type-C power delivery cable, and also a 0.8 meter USB female to male extension cable if needed. And finally, we have a new type of cable clamp design here. This will accommodate any of the rugged aluminum USB housings. So this could be USB Type A or even USB Type-C. They have the same size of aluminum housing that's built in and can be supported with this clamp system for any rugged environments to preserve the best cable management. So next we're looking at the latest products in the line of GDS Charge products. Now these are essentially different types of input ranges and output voltage ranges. Ultimately, it's really going to depend on the device that you have. And so one thing that we have in our catalogs and on rammount.com is the proper recommended cables for each of the IntelliScan and GDS docks that you're being paired with. So ultimately defer to those pages when knowing what dock to source. But for anyone that simply needs to take notes on the charging requirements and the output on each of these, you can simply pause the video and take note of what's on here. But essentially, this is the latest lineup of new GDS chargers, hardwire chargers that have been offered in 2021. They include power only, and there are also single and dual USB peripheral options. At the bottom, you also have a set of new GDS Charge accessories that will be paired with any of the new tablet docks, whether it's for Zebra or Honeywell, anything with the 5mm barrel DC connector. That's what the chargers at the bottom of this chart will support. Again, it will all depend on the input voltage and output voltage requirements of the vehicle that you're using the device in and the device itself. So in the recent years, we had a version of the GDS charger that had a part number GDS Charge V7BU. We simply have a newer version of this charger that's more universal, that supports a wider voltage range. This is 10 to 30 volts, and this is now renamed to be a V7B1U. So every SKU in the past that once contained the V7 charger, it now has the new V7B1, and that's essentially what this list is right here. Anytime you see the V7B1 in this kit, there was originally another kit that had the previous style of the V7 charger. It's simply a more universal and also cost-effective version of the, essentially in all other cases, the same GDS charger. So we're coming towards the end of this video, and we have just a few more slides to cover for some miscellaneous new products that didn't quite fit into any other specific product categories, but we'll just kind of go through a few more of these products here. So we have a form-fit power dock for the Samsung X Cover 5. Just like the other handheld power docks that we've seen, it has a USB Type A male connector for powering the device without a case. There's also the RAM skin for the Samsung Tab Active 3. It's a form factor skin that will work with any of the powered docks that RAM offers for the Samsung Tab Active 3. There's a version of our ball adapter. This is the C-size ball right here. It's the RAM-347 ball with the ZE17U. Essentially, it comes with the necessary hardware for connecting the ball with the amps plate to the bottom of the Zebra keyboard. That's a custom keyboard connection there. And then next we're looking at this microphone bracket. So this is a mic bracket that has been offered with some specific vehicle and push to talk kits. So we are now offering the plate by itself with the necessary mounting hardware. And then also we have this cable connector that is designed specifically for the Sonim Secure Audio. So the Sonim Secure Audio, this is what also helps enable push to talk, and this can be paired with the same type of bracket system here. And then there is also announced and launched in 2021 a designated RAM microphone that also comes with the steel clip. Here are a few additional mounts and kits that were made available in 2021. Starting on the left here, we have a D-size RAM drill down ball mount for the Humminbird Helix 8 through 15, Solix, and Apex series. So this is for the larger Humminbird devices. What's really new about this is the fact that we simply made a kit of the Humminbird mount that also came with the RAM high torque wrench. So this high torque wrench is what's recommended for any fish finder applications greater than 10 inches. And then next right here, we have the RAM no drill mount for the Toyota 4Runner and Tacoma. This goes all the way up to the 2022 models. This is the mount only. So we've had this system for many years now that comes with the laptop. It's essentially the non-laptop version. So just the mount itself, it has a round plate with the amps 4-hole pattern. This mount will connect to any holder, including any tablet holders, whether it's an X-Grip, TabTite, TabLock, or even our GDS Tough Docks and Cool Docks. You can adapt it to fit specifically in the Toyota 4Runner and Tacoma series. And here we have a C-size double ball mount that will support universal printers with rear feed. So this is essentially a combination of other styles of RAM printer holders that have been available for years, where the VPR 107 simply has one large arm on one side and then one short arm on the other side for certain styles of printers with the rear feed that will support the form factor of this holder. And on the far right, we have another type of a RAM universal belt and backpack clip accessory. We saw this on the Spot page for the form fit Spot holder for the Spot Gen 4, but we essentially made another one that had the universal Garmin spine clip. So Garmin has many devices that implement their universal spine clip adapter. So you can simply drop that type of a spine clip receiver into our mount to make it work with any backpack or belt clipping application. Next, we have a few new ball and socket components. Starting on the top, we have two new double socket arms. These are essentially a C-size and B-size double socket arm with a specific RAM pin lock security knob attached to it. So these are theft deterrent security knobs built into the socket arms. And on the bottom row, we have a couple more ball bases. On the left here, we have a RAM C-size 1.5-inch ball. This is a clamp that will go from 2 to 2.5 inches in diameter, but this new version essentially has a C-size ball on each side, so you can mount multiple devices from the single mounting point. And then in the middle, we have the RAM Twist Lock Triple Suction Cup double ball base. So this is the first version of the triple suction cup that integrates a double ball base right here. So the RAM Twist Lock Triple Suction Cup mount will support any B-size or C-size double ball mount, or it can support up to 2 different mounts coming up with the B-size, and so that's what that double ball base does at the bottom there. And in the bottom right, we have a newer version of the RAM Tough Mag that became available in 2021. This is an incredibly strong 88mm magnetic base. What's new about this one is that it integrates the 2-hole diamond hole pattern. So this has the RAM-238 diamond ball base connected to the top. This adds extra reinforcement with hardware on both sides, where the original version of this that had become discontinued was a version that had a 1/4-20 threaded stud in the middle. So coming towards the end here, we have just a few more components. Up top, we have the RAM-Tether 1U. This is a newer one-size-fits-all tether that will support all sizes of RAM X-Grip phone holders. So this is a great accessory for anyone that's looking for a one-size-fits-all. And then next, we have a new style of a backing plate adapter. This has the 4-hole amps hole pattern, but also a 2-inch by 2.5-inch 4-hole pattern on the outside. This is just simply a lower footprint version of the original dashboard backing plate that will eventually be in more backing plate kits that will be announced in the near future. And on the bottom, we have a new variation of the Ram Tough Track. We have a 9-inch inside track system here, and then a 4-inch inside track system in the middle. These simply have a new set of U-bolt mounting hardware that will range from 1¼ inch to 1½ inch diameter rails. And in the bottom right corner, we have a newer Ram PVC pipe that is 24 inches long. That's the RAP-P-P-1124. The previously longest version was 18 inches, so this is currently the longest Ram PVC pipe available. As you can see, there's a little T-shaped brace inside that gives it extra support, so it's a very stable Ram PVC pipe. So that's going to do it for the full line of all the products launched and made available in 2021. Like I said, there's a lot of data in this, so be sure to go back if there's anything that you needed to get more information on. Most importantly, make sure you're getting the correct part numbers for looking up on the Ram website to get further context, or if you have additional questions, please reach out to your department heads or account managers and they'll be able to give you more information. I want to thank you for joining us in today's session of Ram Mounts product training, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you.